All right, welcome back in to the channel. Of course, in the Gibbo 304, you see down here on this side, we've got a replay loaded up. We're going to walk through, kind of showcase it. We'll go ahead and flip it over here, show off the race briefing there on the standings. You'll notice I have gotten myself one win there out of the last 5. But we are going to showcase this race because, man, was it an intense battle. Back and forth the whole time. There you can see it. Our first place finish there in the middle on our race briefing. But yeah, we're starting 5th in this race. And as we get rolling here, you'll notice we are running the GT4 challenge by Falcon Tire. So scroll. Oop. Everybody getting gridded up. Let's go ahead and grid them. Make sure they're all gridded until we get rolling here.
Yes, good luck.
There we go. Let's turn the voice chats off. You don't need to hear the voice chats. So we started 5th, but because of or maybe it's showing you what we finished. That may be what it is. Let me just close those out. So we started like 5th in this, or actually we started pole. I think we get 5th. That's what it was showing that on the standings. But so we're getting ready for green here. Man, and this was an intense battle all the way to the finish line. All right, so we're about to go green. See, we got a little bit of a advantage right off the bat. A little bit of a tie-up. Guy gets loose there and turn. Kind of slows up that second pack. So right now it's just me and this guy in red. BMW here. And notice we get a nice little gap. Get away from everybody there at first. I think I make a few mistakes. Like got a little loose right there. And it starts to allow them to kind of catch back up to us. But from that view, you can't really tell how far. There you can tell how far he is from us. Gaining on us a little bit, coming up to the straight here. And I think it's whenever we're going to get on the north slices, in one of the laps is where I make a mistake and he gets real close to us. Did all right there. But he goes a little wider, which gives him a better run up here. But at this point, I believe he's just kind of following along because we had gotten such a big gap. It's a 3-lap race. We got a ways to go. See, there's not many people behind us now at that point. So if we do a little fast forward, then I mean, it's just me and him for the most part. We start to get a little bit of a gap. And then again, I think I made a mistake coming into that. He closes that gap, which is not good because then, you know, he's got a good run on me all the way through here. And this is the place where, I mean, it just kills you if they're in your slip up this backstretch. But he holds off. He doesn't go for the move on this lap because, again, it's lap 1 of a 3-lap race. Obviously, he's an intelligent driver and his playing it safe. Andrew Taylor here. So we get around onto the big straight. He doesn't go for the move there, but he does here. I'll let him keep that inside. That way we don't have any issues. He almost doesn't realize that I'm still alongside of him. Almost closes us up completely off air, which forced me off track. I think that was our first incident. Yeah, it was the first or we have 2. No, just the 1. I went a little deep there. That was definitely deeper than I intended. I think when he starts to turn in right there and taps me, it helps make my car slide a little further deep. I probably would have held a little closer to the apex if not for that, but at any rate, just small little racing incidents. No, we gave him plenty of room on the outside. Didn't want to make it thinking that we were dive bombing for any reason or anything like that. And we're at this point, we're just like, all right, now let's just do the same thing he did. We'll just stick with him this lap and follow along. Of course, he starts to get a gap on us until we get to the turn sections. I hit that. I gotta clean that turn up. I keep going into that rubber on the inside on the left and definitely slows us up. But you can see there as going through the turn section, I start to close the gap a little bit. These Astons are a little quicker in the turns than BMWs. Just not as quick on the straights for sure. And at this point in the race, let's pull this up. So at this point in the race, I'm like, just stay cool, stay calm, stay with them. If we can get around him, we get around him. If not, just stick with him because he knows I'm probably working on trying to get around him so that I can get as much space between us in the turns as I can. You can keep in mind the trees here. So we're just following him around the Nordschleife. I mean, and staying this close on his back bumper the entire time was not an easy feat. He was even mentioning at the end of the race how, and I'll pull it up, how being that close to his bumper and everything, and what I did in the last couple turns of the race freaked him out so much that it got him offline, and it's what ended up kind of getting us the win. So let's go ahead and zoom it up a little bit. Fast forward here. So we're just trying to stick with him, ride that slip, make him think a little bit here and there, to see if he's gonna make a mistake. Keep cool, calm, collected, just follow that slip. The next lap right here is where this is where I get him next lap. So we'll watch the next lap in the entirety, because it's the intensest one, of course. So again, we're just concentrating on holding on to his slip, staying with him, not letting him get too far away. I don't remember. I think I go for the move here, then I end up letting him have it back. I can't remember, because of course this race was a few days ago now. I've been busy all weekend with softball. So we get alongside of him. He gets that inside back, and I think, yeah, it's because he's there. I'm just like, I'm not even risking it. We'll let him have that. We'll try it again next lap. Like, I gotta figure something different out. I gotta figure out how to get around him and have enough space to finish ahead, right? So that's when I start pondering, where around the track can I try to make a move on him. He goes a little wide there, which helps me get right back on him, but I was also offline and not running smooth through that, so didn't really help me out any. But as we come into the Nordschleife is where I'm like, man, I gotta start to figure out where I'm gonna get around this guy. Otherwise, we're just gonna follow him to the finish line pretty much. Actually, let's go back to this view until we get into the trees. But still, at this point, the fact that it was, for the most part, I mean, him and you can't. I was looking at the wrong race on that race briefing. I remember which one this is now. This is the one that we finish off good. We don't drop back to 5th. I don't know why it was showing that, as far as I know. So there's the next closest guy, way back there. And then you see the other one finally coming onto the straight. There's another guy back there. But for the most part, it's just me and Andrew up here. There, I hit that turn better. But of course, I couldn't hit it fast because I'm just behind another car. So I start thinking, well, if I try to get around him here, he's just going to get us back on the straight. So I gotta find somewhere that I can get around them right before a turn. That way I can pull away through the turns. And it just wasn't happening. Too hard to keep up with that BMW down these straights, so by the time we got close to a turn, I'm just catching back up to him each time. Like right there's where I would have wanted to get past him if I could, but so we just catch back up in his slip. Oh, and we almost get into him right there. Thankfully, we were able to get slowed down enough and not. We're in that slip still. Knowing this is the last lap, we're still looking for that opportunity going into a turn section. And this is where I start thinking maybe if I can just really put the pressure on him, get him to make a little braking mistake, go hair long into a turn, I can get underneath of him. We're just riding his coattails as much as we can. Really get that pressure on him. Like, if you're going to lay pressure on anybody and they're going to make a mistake, up over the hill here is where it's going to happen. So I'm trying to lay it on thick at the moment, you know? And I mean, we're just on his tail. And now we're coming up to the point where I know I've got to get a move made. So this is where it happens. This is where we freak him out. Because we go in hard here. Miss him, hit that grass, and he gets a little freaked out. Goes a little long. And as he goes long, we get back on that throttle and get underneath of him going into the lower mini. Oh, he comes in just a hair too soon. We gets our bumper. So he goes a little long there, which gives us just enough of that gap that we had been looking for as we go onto the back stretch. And start pushing as hard as we can down this straight, hoping that he can't catch our slipstream. Make our one move over. I don't do that zigzag crap. We make one move off line, one move back to line. But we hold him, hold that space. He's unable to catch back up to us. And as we come into the final section, we hit it just about as good as we want to. A little wonky, but we make it through it. Keep the gap. Hold them off for the victory. And it turned out to be one of the best races I've had yet here on Iracing. And before we get further, I don't know if you can hear us talking.
There, bud. Check your sound settings. I can't hear you.
Let's hear what he has to say here.
Yeah, there you go.
The sticking your nose up at the last section just before the carousel that scared the crap out of me.
That's what I was hoping for. I didn't want to wreck you. I didn't want to touch you. I just wanted to scare you a little bit, get you off your line.
Because I knew, like, on the straight, like, that's so fucking close. Like, I just, you passed, and I got the side draft back, and and if you got the right line, you're screwed.
Yeah, man, that was probably one of the better races I've had on iRacing so far between two cars. That was badass, brother.
Really good fun, mate. Well done.
Good stuff, good stuff. So you hear the good communication there at the end of the race. You see the results. We finishing first there. Had the first place grid start. So we almost ruined it and didn't get our pole to finish, but we ended up getting it back there in the end with only 3x on the board. Couple little light bumps on each other there halfway through. Couple little spots, but I mean, you're gonna have that when it's tight racing. But like he said, man, that was a super fun race. Really good job for both of us. And yeah, I look forward to more and more races just like that on here for sure. But let's go ahead and flip it over here. So finishing it off, man, right there at the end in that carousel. Get them freaked out just enough to be able to make that final move. Take one more look at it down there in the corner. Let's take it from the Take it back, take it back, take it back. Let's look at his point of view. And we'll let this play as we end it out here. Hope you guys enjoyed the race. Like I said, I hope for many more races just like this on here for sure. It was a heck of a battle, a lot of fun. Andrew, hell of a job, brother. And, you know, we'll see you guys in another one soon. Have a great day, and we'll be on later on. See y'all.